Okay, oh, you see how I did it? So I go live in the corner. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode from first episode in a while, right?
Yeah,
Probably
we
it's
haven't been doing it for a long
a
time. I'm
long,
very
long time.
tired.
Yeah, it's been well, I've been out as well for a few months, but we're trying to set it up so that you can come on anytime. But so hopefully people will start coming in. But thanks everyone for joining, and anybody who's watching this after. There's lots been going on at Phoenix. We got a new guest coming on who's part of the Phoenix Academy. He's going to tell a bit of his story. We'll get more into that. But first, I guess Craig, it's been a while. What you've been up to? How are things been?
Hmm. Got a lot of things that's happened. Whisper signed with Chelsea, and Chelsea has been here several times. Leon has done really, really well this season, coming back from injury and challenge after challenge and rising above all the challenges to perform really, really well. Several man of the match performances.
Mhm.
And I think this is the best in almost 10 years that Aston Villa has done in the league.
Yeah.
And they're now going into Europe, so I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of his teammates and what they've achieved. They're looking now to take our players into Europe in the coming months in June, the end of June, and to go and play against top teams there and see if we can move some players because we have the high quality players to do.
Mm-hmm. So this tour coming up, it's very soon, right? Isn't it end of this month?
Yeah, end of this month. End of this month. And even at the same time, we're excited with Whisper because Whisper is now going. He's been selected for the
The Gold
provisional
Cup, right?
Gold Cup.
Yeah.
And I think he may be going to the Gold Cup as well. So he goes to Austria shortly to join the
So the
team.
two friendlies.
Yeah, and to think that we have 10 years separating players.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't really take that in. That's true.
Yeah, and they're both going to be in the national team together. So it's a big dream of mine to have more Phoenix players and to have more quality players in the national program. And I think it's kudos to the national coach, for being brave enough to do the right thing and pick the right players and best players that are available.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. So how's Whisper feeling about it?
He's excited. He's excited. We played a friendly game today and he did very well.
Yeah.
I think he scored 2 or 3 goals. How many goals he scored? Three. And played our friend Ballers. It's always a pleasure playing Ballers. Because Ballers, Andre Virtue was my first ever effort into coaching. I was I'd gone to St. Peter and Paul Prep, and by that time I'd been to Jamaica College, left and gone to Jamaica College, was in sixth form, and my then coach back at Peter and Paul was getting very old, Mr. Larry. They really couldn't manage it, and I just wanted him to really keep his job. And go to Styles, so I went back to the school and helped him. And at that time, the players that were there that I coached was Andre Virtue, Johan Chin, Paul Alexander, Tyrone Marshall, his brother Richie, and so it was really good to see that Andre started an academy as well. He's doing well with his academy, and so it's a rivalry, a friendly rivalry. We've won the last 3 times in the meetings, and today was another fun game. Yeah,
it was an exciting game, and the field at Mona, you guys have been doing a great job. I mean, people probably haven't or have no idea yet, but I mean, you want to tell a bit about that? I mean, it was looking best I've ever seen it.
Well, we really worked hard. We wanted to make sure that the boys had good surfaces to play on. So worked really hard. We picked out all the weeds, hand by hand, one by one, and planted grass, watered it, make sure, leveled it. All the boys have a good field to play on. It was felt really good today.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
Yeah, man.
Well, I guess we can introduce our special guest today, all the way from England, but he's now staying here, right? Yeah, and so Levi Welsh. Levi Welsh. So, Levi, you're here from Liverpool Academy as well, or that's where you trained at. You had trained.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell P a bit about who you are?
Yeah. So I was at Liverpool from when I was 8. From when I was 8 straight through to when I was about 16. And then from there, I went to Wigan and I went there for 2 years and then stopped playing after that for about a year. And then from there, just didn't do much for a year, just waited it out and then decided to come here and carry on with my development and see where I can go from here.
And how did you find out about Phoenix?
My dad knew about coach from I'm not sure how he knew, but my dad's Jamaican, so he knows. I don't know how, but all Jamaicans know like people.
Love each other, yeah.
Yeah. So he knew who he was, and then he told me about it, and I thought it was a good opportunity to come down there and see what it's like and keep on developing.
Okay, and how long have you been here?
Been here now for 5 weeks. It's coming up to 5 weeks.
Okay. So what are your thoughts so far in the 5 weeks? How does it compare to how you trained in England?
Yeah, so it's good. It's different in the sense of it's a lot more technical. It's a lot more technical. The players. It wasn't what I was expecting. It was like.
What were you expecting?
Like honestly, I was expecting like the standard not to be there, and not to be as good as back home in England to what I've been used to. Because I've come up through academies, I've come up through these clubs. So when I came here, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is. So like the players are good. There's a lot of good players in Phoenix. They're good technically, and I feel like a lot of them are going to get places in their life. A lot of them are going to get places to just keep on working because they are capable of doing it.
So, what would you think is the main difference between the development model that you're used to and the one that we have at Phoenix? When I say that we have at Phoenix, because it's not, Jamaica doesn't have the same development model, the other clubs. You know, we created this as a hybrid between what's going on in mainland Europe and track and field. You know, so that's how we merged it into what it is today. But what do you see as what did you see here in terms of the developmental model? What did you see at training every day in your experience?
Yeah, so in England, they work you hard. They work you very hard, but it's more. When I came here, there was a difference between the working, like you train for longer. There was a lot more. It's just work hard, a lot harder here.
Yeah.
Which it's working a lot harder, but then it shows on the pitch with how they play. And it's like train in the morning, train later on again, and they play the games. And it's just good. Like the play styles are a lot different to what I'm used from back home because it's all about working hard. Like how the games change in England. It's just about working hard from the clubs I was at. Pressing and all this stuff. They're not as technical. And if you're technical, you get bought in later on. They don't develop technical through the academies that much. Whereas here, they develop your technical side, which you need because these are sort of players that people want, because these sort of players that win games.
So you've seen Whisper play?
Yeah, I've seen him play.
You played with him too. What do you think?
He's a good player. He's a very good player. He's technical, good at shooting. He's very good, and he's still young. So keeps working hard. He's going to go far.
And what do you think of the idea of the press that we use, the formations that we use?
Yes, sir.
Be honest. I mean, you can tell me if you think it was strange or weird at first.
When I first seen it, it was weird. It was because it's not in Europe and in England, you just have like a basic formation and you press a certain way. Like the wingers would go into like full back and your striker will keep it one way, whereas here it's a lot different. Like you have that
Domino
thing,
things.
yeah, and stuff like that. It's a lot different, but it works. If they do it right, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do it wrong,
If you do it wrong, then
you're dead.
yeah.
But that's the thing, though. You have to develop a system that everybody understands, and
Yeah.
if they do it right, it's like today we played against ballers, and when we pressed, there was nothing they could do. We took away the ball easily, and then we created and switched play. And I mean, we're up like what 2-0 or something, 3-0 easily, and then we started putting players. So it's good. I mean, the developmental model is different, but it's designed to be different because we are different. You have Jamaican blood in it. That's why it's so fast. You understand?
Yeah.
So we are different. We're fast. We're runners. Genetically over the years, that's what we are. But if you have, there's a saying that they used to use, right? When I was talking about education, and they said that if a fish is the best swimmer in the world, but if you grade him on how best he climbs, he's gonna fail, right? So you have to allow people to be educated in what they're really good at and to utilize it. I apply it to football. If Jamaicans are the fastest human beings in the world, but then they're trying to play keep football, yeah, which is what the Spanish do, yeah, we're not gonna do it as good as the Spanish ever. But if we create a system that is capable of being utilized and uses our natural genetics in a disciplined way, What do you think of Mighty Ants? I'm really impressed with him.
Yeah.
You saw that cross today?
Yeah, he's good, and it's good for him as well. Like allowing him to play with the older boys, he needs it.
12 years old and they're running on playing against you, 19 boys.
Yeah, he needs it. But it's only going to make him better, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Physically and mentally.
He's not scared either. He's
Yeah.
not scared. He's running at you. He's ready to go.
So we have a comment saying, we have yet to use our culture and intertwine it with the football.
That is so true. But well, we do it at Phoenix. And if I'm really being honest, I have to say that Coach Hal Grimson is being brave. He's bringing in Phoenix players. He's coming and looking at the training. He's seeing players he likes. He's trusting in Whisper, the young player. Much in the same way that I guess Pele's coach in Brazil trusted in him as a young 17-year-old, and Diego's coach and Messi's coach, and so every country would have a young talisman, and they're doing it well. I mean, he's showing that he's believing, he's willing to listen, he's willing to incorporate, and that's what the country needs. They don't need yes men.
Yeah.
They don't need a coach that's gonna bow to the people above and do what they say. Give me a contract, and my job is to get us to the World Cup, and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. He's doing a good job. I like him.
I see Xander is joining. Hey Xander, can you hear us? You good? Good to go?
Bring him on.
Good. He needs to fix his camera. There we go. Hey Xander, can you hear us?
Yeah. Hi, Brandon. I can hear.
One sec.
Hi Z man.
Coach.
You look like you just come out to the show.
I did.
Listen. Yeah, we just wanted to speak to you about the experiences. Levi was talking about the differences between English development and what we have at Phoenix, and we wanted to speak to you since you also went and spent time in Germany with FC Cologne and with
Fortuna, not FC.
Fortuna,
Fortuna, not FC.
Fortuna Cologne, sorry. And
Yeah.
the other one was, remind me. Oh, what was the one before
Bonner.
FC?
I was at
Huh?
Bonner SC. So
Oh, the FC.
I started off at a small club, Rondorf, to like get my player license and all that, and that lasted like a few months. And then in the January that I moved, I went to Bonner SC and I was there for like a year and a half. But that was during COVID time, so like the season was cancelled and all that. And then when I went back again, I went to Fortuna.
Okay. So tell me, you've been developed in the Jamaican Phoenix Cauldron, the Agogi of football, and you've also trained with Bonner and you've trained with Fortuna Cologne and you've played in games with them. What's the main difference in development that you've seen?
The main difference in development, well, at clubs in Germany and well Belgium all over, they do a lot more technical drills and all that. I'm not saying Phoenix doesn't, but the style of play that we have is a lot more physical.
Mhm.
So we train and play to our strengths as much as possible.
Yeah, which is
Um,
good. I mean, that's what everybody does, you know?
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Any
that's
country you go to, they're going to be playing to their strengths. In Belgium, they have smaller, more technical players, so they're going to be knocking it around, dribbling when they have space, all that.
and I mean, it's like today, we can pick it up from one side of the pitch and thump it over to the other side, and then
Yeah, and have very pacey wingers and everything. So
foot race with power, and then he'll cut it back and pump it over to the other side as another foot race. The
yeah,
people are
exactly, and that opens up space and kind of confuses the opponent too.
yeah. So, what do you think? How do you think your personal development has gone now? Where do you think you were weaker and now gotten stronger? Because I've seen it, but I don't want to say it. I want you
Since when?
since you've come back home.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been working a lot on my left foot.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten. I think.
Freeze.
Freeze, yeah.
Pardon?
By yourself a while ago, huh?
Yeah, I was waiting.
Sorry about that. We
No?
had internet issue, but we're back.
Yeah, no problem. Wait, so where were we again? I was saying
Yeah,
what I've improved.
yeah. You said
Well,
you
I've
left.
been training 2 times a day, basically every day except Sunday, and I've been getting much better physically. Been keeping my fitness up since I've been here. My shooting's improved a lot, I'd say. Well, getting
Tremendous.
back to how it was.
Tremendous.
Um, say my like awareness and all that.
And you've been able to couple, I think, your short passes with your long passes. So it's
Yeah,
not like there was a time when you made very good long passes, but very rarely you made the little short passes.
yeah,
Then
and then
short
sometimes
pass.
sometimes I started with the like up to like a year ago. When I got into short passes, it became like a habit. So I kind of stop myself from doing the long ones.
Right.
But yeah, I got out to that, and also had a bad habit with the shooting when I was long range. When I had like any long range opportunity, I wouldn't take it. But I've been
Right.
taking them more recently, and it's been working.
Right. Scored a scorcher the other day, or is it lick the post? I don't remember.
I think it the post.
So today we played against what ballers, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that game? Were they much of a challenge? Are they playing like a system? How do you see Phoenix system now?
I think
And
they I think they had quite a few good like individual players. I'd say we have a lot more. We kind of struggled to keep the ball out in the second half, which kind of let us down.
Mhm.
Other than that, I'd say we had a really good game.
Yeah,
I think we were a much better team, but the scoreline, we won 5-4. But realistically, we had a lot more chances than that, and we
yeah,
should have let in the goals.
yeah. But we wanted also to let the younger kids play. My chance was on the pitch.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
they
And it's
were
a friendly as
playing.
well, so it's
It's a
good.
friendly, so there's nothing really to lose. As long as we win the game, I'm okay. So, if we let in goals by allowing the reserves to get a chance, because I think I pulled the first tee. I started pulling the first thing in at the beginning of the second half, right? Started
Yeah,
pulling out players. So, the synergy would go. But it's to give the others an opportunity to get in, you
yeah,
know.
exactly. As a friendly, so it's like all about development. So
So let's talk a little bit about you and your career, right? You in the last U20 circuit,
yeah,
you went with that team and I think you performed one of the best. You're at asset to the national U20, yeah. Um, and everybody was talking about you, how good you were and why you didn't start in the season and at the beginning of the tournament. And how you feel you are now? You're then you were 17, now you're just 18.
yeah,
You're 2 years young into the U20.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. So I can play. I can play again next year as well.
excellent, excellent. And do you think that um, they called up our U20 this last U20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't select you for that U20, did they?
No, they didn't. But I think it was mainly local players. I think it was mainly local players.
Hmm. But you're here and you're available.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
So it's important
It's up
that
to them now.
when the selection process is going on, they're making sure that the players that have performed well for Jamaica and are committed to Jamaica do get their chances. And you're one of them. You're I think the best box to box midfielder in your age group in this country. Box to box meaning not an attacking midfielder, not a defensive midfielder,
Yeah, but
but
I can
looking to
back and I can get forward.
get back and get forward. You're dangerous. It's like when we're in training and he said to me, we're playing defense against forward. He said, Coach, which side I should go? I'm like, choose the side today because you can go down to the defense because you need to have work in that area and you can go in the attack
Yeah.
because you need to work in that area too. And I think as an asset for Jamaica, you'll definitely be there. You saw Levi play, right?
Yes.
So when you look at Levi play versus how we play, right, as a nation, I mean, as we our wingers, and the mentality, what do you think is the main difference, and what can we improve?
Well, I think on the field he actually plays like a Jamaican. Like he's a very direct winger. He loves to take on the defender, which is really good.
Yeah,
Um, he's very like aware of where everyone is, and he's an intelligent winger too. He the main difference is I'm not really sure. There's not much. He plays really direct, which is a lot like how our wingers play.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. When you were growing up, and that's how you always played as a direct winger like that, or is it what you saw here?
I've always been like that.
Yeah.
So I've always had the ball, taking people on, dribbling with it, which is I've just always done it. But then it's like I lost it. It's not I lost it. It's like a lack of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I come here, it's more like I don't know, I could like build my confidence back up.
Yeah.
It's
And feel more free.
yeah, it's a lot more free, and it's not a place where you get like you don't just get judged and just like not I don't want to say abused, but just people saying stuff. Your coach is saying stuff all the time. Like if you want us to do this, which I feel like I needed to let me get my confidence back up, which now it is, and I can go back to how I played and perform on a pitch.
Yeah, I see. I mean, because even Joe was impressed with you. Hey, Xander, there's a question here for you from Fabi Frano. And the
Yeah.
question says, question for the player. How has your game evolved since the U20?
How has it evolved? Um, I'd say mainly the shooting part, and I still have the same playing style in basically every way, but kind of just sharpening up. Say my first touch, I'll work on that for some weeks, and then my weak foot has improved a lot in the last year. As I said, my shooting. Um, but yeah, not much has changed in my playing style. I don't think I've ever changed my playing style really.
Virgin, your playing style changed totally.
How?
First of all, you went through a phase where you started to just make like a short passes, and I was yelling at you and screaming at you every day.
Yeah, but that's not like changing my playing style. That's just like a
Well,
habit that lasted a few weeks or so.
that's a playing style. Second of all, you went to not taking your long range shots and giving more passes, trying to make more link up passes, and you weren't tackling as much in terms of busting the tackles, but
Yeah,
you're dueling more. You're more dueling, you know.
yeah,
And then we pressured you about it, and you combined the two, and then something beautiful evolved.
yeah, correct.
So now you tackle now, you make long passes, you can do the short pass link up, you can defend well, you can shoot from anywhere, yeah, and at the same time you have the composure to make the through pass when it's needed. So I
Yeah,
think the game has evolved tremendously, and playing with players like Theo and Duvey and Nosey, whose game has also evolved. I mean, I think you two are two of the best holding midfielders, defensive midfielders in the country. You're on the right side and Nosey on the left side, Damoy Whitfield.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. And
so
we work well together in midfield too.
when you guys are playing, you don't I don't need more than two, maximum three defenders, because you get the job done. You
Yeah,
know?
and there's a lot of talking going on there. You have to give credit to like Dovey, and Dovey's been talking a lot more recently, which actually helps the whole team to play much better defensively. Um, and like when say one of us will say when we're on the attack, me and Nosy will always communicate which one goes, which one stays. Or if both of us go, we'll let the other midfielders know. If one of the defenders go, me and Nosy, one of us will stay in defense for that time. So yeah, there's a good chemistry going on in the team right now.
Yeah, people are asking where do we see yourselves in the next 2 years. But if we were to predicate that on what we're doing in the next 2 months, so I wanted to speak about, what the plans were. And so let me see if I can pull it up here. We have a tour coming up, and that tour is beginning, I believe,
I'll be back. Okay.
Yeah, on the 28th of June, and we would then go to Portugal, Belgium, Spain, Germany, Holland. So I'm going to be playing teams like Ajax and Genk and Anderlecht and Benfica, Estrella, Levante, and then we're going to go over to Germany, Leverkusen and Hamburg and Freiburg, and then look to head to England, where we want to play Aston Villa again, play Chelsea's U21, play Manchester City, Wolves, and Sheffield. So it's a really, really big schedule. But what we're trying to do is we want to, many times when you send a player on trial, it's very difficult for that player to show his quality in the 1 or 2 weeks that he goes. Sometimes the coach is not there. Sometimes they don't take it seriously. Sometimes the people that is to make the decision is not the person running the training. Sometimes, coach may say a Zander come, and he may have his central midfielder that he's been working with for 3 years. Zander gets in, that central midfielder would sit the bench.
Yeah.
So one of the main ways we think that we can convince the clubs is if we play against them and beat them. If we can beat your team, then it means our players are high quality, are good enough.
Yeah.
And so that's what we want to do. We're going out there. So the plan within this year is to get the players out there, get them on the tour, and perform. Get some more contracts for players like Zander and Nose and Duvi and Zane and Dante. And then the others will come back, play Manning Cup and prepare themselves to play. And then they go next year. So Zander, you can answer the question though. Have you ever been nervous in a game? And if so, how do you deal with it during the game?
Well, yes, definitely. I've been nervous in games like my first game with Jamaica. Well, actually, I'd say not really my first game, more the one that would have taken us to semi-finals, which would have brought us to World Cup. Because the first one was kind of, we were down 4-love, and I came on, kind of just did everything I could. There's a lot of games that I've been nervous, yeah, in most of the Europe trips. But in games, the trick to get rid of those nerves, what I do is I'll just make my first 5-6 passes short, get into the game as much as I can. Then it will just the nerves will just go away. You just play your own game. Don't think about anything else around you. And yeah, whenever I play whenever my head is fully clear, that's when I play my best. I'm sure that's how it is with most players as well.
So, how do you wanted to know where you see yourself in the next 2 years? So, he doesn't want my answer; he wants yours.
I see myself playing professional football.
Excellent. Where do you see Jamaica in the next 4 years, 3 years?
Next 3 years?
4 years.
The World Cup. You mean as an organization or?
What's your greatest wish? What's your vision for Jamaica's national team in the next?
I see us definitely qualifying for World Cup. I think this is our best chance that we've had in many years. We have a great team, great coaches, and yeah, I think 3 teams have already qualified: Mexico, USA, and Canada. So that brings up our chances as well. And once that happens, there'll be a lot of money put into the JFF, the association, and it will continue to develop. And I think one day we can be one of the top countries in the world.
Excellent. So there's the answer. Levi, what do you think is important for this country to improve to get to the level where England is? Come in. We're live. We're live. Can put it over there.
Okay.
Put them over there. Put them over there. Thanks. Yeah. Mighty, come and say hello. Put on your plate.
Here, let me fix it over here.
We want to introduce you to, come on, to the great Mighty Ants.
No.
How does it play? How does it feel to be playing with Xander and Whisper and all of those guys against ballers under 20 at 12 years old?
It feels good, really good.
You too.
It feels really good to play with enough players that make it in the national team and somewhere in life. So it feels better to me as a 12-year-old to step up my game. To play really good.
Excellent. So tell them what position you playing also.
I play left wing, left back, and right wing.
Yeah. How does it feel to play with Xander?
Feel good.
When Xander get the ball in the middle, what you know you must do?
Edge towards the line, and when I get it out, whip it one time in set box.
Excellent. So, what do you think is Xander's best quality?
It's really good.
What's Xander?
Yeah.
What's his best asset? What he can do the best?
You get the ball outside the box and drive you one time.
That's good. That's good. So say hello to everybody else. Everybody let them know. This is the Mighty Ants. His name is Nathan McCarthy. Don't forget, remember the name. Huh?
I never knew his name.
Yeah, Nathan McCarthy is his name. Mighty. All right, go on, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of the things that we have is a lot of different nationalities coming to Jamaica, to Phoenix to train now, and I think it's helping to improve because it's bringing a lot of the experience. I think what we lack, in truth, is the professional nature. You know, the professional nature, the professional mentality to training. You know, being there on time and keeping your word and showing up for games and not making silly, stupid excuses that you make when you're a little kid, and taking the game seriously. But again, it's very difficult in a country that there's no professional football. There's no benefit. You're in England and you're playing in a top academy and you're 17 years old and you're about to make the jump. You're making money. They're making money. They're paying you. They're giving you. So with us here, we can't afford to. We can bring boots. We can, give bus fare. We can take you to the doctor if you get sick. We can help you a little bit, but we don't have the resources to go all the way in terms of professional yet. And so you have to give and take a little bit, but I think we need to do more. What somebody said, God Almighty hands continue working. This guy is funny. Problem seems to be a Caribbean thing. It is, but to be honest with you, Phoenix youth them, I really put them through the ringer. I really demand a lot. I demand a lot. They have to get up in the morning. And Nikki, Big Nell, Xander's mom is a part of this, and she's another one. Between me, her, Nicola, Shelley, we demand so much of the players. They have to get up, they have to train early mornings, and they have to go to class, they have to come, then they have to help fix the field, then they have to come and train again in the evening, and you're doing that, and then you get up tomorrow and do it again. You get 1 day off.
Yeah.
1 day off.
Yeah.
That's it. But again, we have to be 10 times better than the players that are there. It's like you were saying to me on the way home that if this academy was in England, would it be that difficult for the boys to move?
No, it wouldn't be difficult at all. So like, it would have given opens a lot more doors if the players were English or it was in England. But because it's so far, it's on an island. It's 10 hours away from England. It's not. No one thinks Jamaica is football because there's no professional football like that out there. It's more running, more they're quick, more stuff like that. So just getting people to know that there is footballers over here that are capable of playing at that level. They just need an opportunity.
Mhm. I mean, when you think, who do you think are some of the best talents that we have?
So we got
Or who's your favorites
favorites.
in the team?
We got like
You're a scout from England,
mm,
and you're here to pick out your best 5 players and give them professional contracts.
So we go.
That's a tough question for me.
Ah, no.
Taking out names.
Yeah.
Well, the most obvious one right now is Whisper. He shows on the pitch. He's a good player. You can see he's going to get somewhere.
Prime.
Got it's hard to just pick names out, and there's like a lot of that. I don't know.
So
There's just a lot.
So if this academy was in England, like you're saying, it would be instantly a top, like
Yeah, it'd
5. What would you say?
When you look at what we have,
Yeah.
Richie, Clarendon College,
Mm.
yeah, the kid is dynamic. You can't even read the kid.
Yeah.
When he's dribbling, I don't stand up.
Yeah, I think Rich is amazing technical.
Amazing technically. You don't know what he's gonna do.
And he has the passing and shooting as well.
Yeah.
He's unpredictable. It's good.
Then you have Shaba from St. Vincent, and he's another brilliant player.
Rapid.
Now, which is what was needed, and was kind of soft, but now tough as nails. You have Papa, who is the most unpredictable player on the planet. You don't know what he's going to do either. You have Zane, Pinnock. Yes, we would like some juice, mighty. Thank you. It's just so many. I mean, forget about the wingers. Look at the midfielders, the attacking midfield. Theo, Dylan, all of them.
I feel like
You know what it's like? Is that you ever you know how hard it is to pick a starting team?
Pardon?
How hard it is for me as a coach
Oh yeah, of course.
to pick a starting team for a game.
I guess that's why we have 4 midfielders as well, because you have so many options.
Yeah. You know, and I feel almost as if, because no matter who I play, there's somebody that should start that's not gonna start.
Yeah, for sure. Because when we have squad games and it's like the first team versus second team, the second team is basically it's like at our level.
Yeah.
Because
Second
everyone
team.
is just
And then they beat them, they win all the time. They win many times. Second
yeah,
team
they
will
do.
win.
They,
You know?
they beat us more often than other teams beat us.
Yeah.
Our second team, yeah.
So the idea is there. What I think we need to do now is to try and share. I want to see if he's available. Stevenson.
Oh, Errol?
Errol Stevenson. Yeah?
Yeah.
He had asked to Stevens, yeah.
Because he has an academy in St. Anne, right?
He has academy in St. Anne. He was asking us for the model on how to develop the talent. You know? So I'm gonna forward this to him and invite him on the show as well. Yeah. So Xander,
Yeah, good.
what do you think is missing from the development in the other academies or the other clubs here?
The academy in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Well, I think it goes like much further than just football. Like things within like discipline, loyalty, all that stuff. Um, we train very similar to teams in Europe because we've seen what it's like. We've seen what players need to do to get there, and many other teams in Jamaica don't play to their strengths like how we do, even
Yeah.
though they have a lot of talent. And yeah,
What I don't understand is this, right? Do we do reggae music like how Americans or Germans do reggae music? Or do we do reggae music authentically the way we do it? And that's what makes us special in music, right?
Yeah.
So why is it that we do football and we do football the way how Germans do it, or if the Brazilian coach or the Brazilian coach does it? What about developing our own system and methodology, and passing it on? I think I'm going to do the manual and just just post it.
Mhm.
How to develop young talent. So let's talk about this, Xander, right? Because you've been with
yeah.
Phoenix since you're how old? 12 or 10 or
Younger than that, yeah, like 10.
10, right? How many times did we train barefoot? Like I tell
Quite
you,
a few.
take
A
off your
lot,
shoes,
a lot
right?
when I was younger.
Yeah, when you're younger. You remember?
Yeah,
Take
we have
off your
done it.
shoes and let's train.
Mhm.
Why do you think I made you do that?
So we can get a better feel of the ball.
Get the feel of the ball. Also, how many times did we use size 3 and 4 balls when you guys were young? Think back.
I don't, I don't think we did.
Never. Or
Yeah,
in one time. And my idea was, A, if you kick the ball with your toe barefoot, it's gonna hurt.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I say kick it with your laces, it don't hurt when you kick it with your laces.
Mhm.
And if you look at every Phoenix player, it doesn't matter if it's Whisper or Xander or Theo or Dip or anybody lining up that free kick.
Liz.
You know that free kick when get struck hard
Mhm.
and accurately. And it's because with practice, the barefoot. Do you know that there's an academy in Belgium called the Barefoot Academy?
Called.
It's called the Barefoot Academy
Where is that? That's in Genk.
in Brussels.
Oh, in
Yaya
Brussels.
Toure, the Toure brothers,
Yeah.
and several others came out of that academy.
Wow.
It's very simple. You learn to use barefoot first. If you can learn to kick a ball, my chance how old are you? 12,
Yeah,
right? Where's the size 4 ball that I play ball for you? Tell the truth.
it's in there.
Huh?
It's in there.
Okay, when we train, you use it? Huh?
Yes, coach.
You use that size 4 ball?
No, we use a size 5.
Okay.
And when me I play by myself, we use a size 4.
Okay, so when you use a size 5, right?
Yes,
That cross you made today.
yes,
Come around here. Brilliant cross you made today, right?
yes.
And the corners you're kicking against on the settings and so. What makes you so good at kicking that ball?
Depending on how you play and how you play because I used to kick ball barefoot. And now I boots and those stuff and a lot of foot training and exercising. That's how I got so strong that I can kick a ball from here to the off time.
Well done, Mighty. Time to expand the academy to Western Jamaica. I want to expand the academy to the rest of the Caribbean. Question for the former Liverpool player. Describe a training session in the academy at Liverpool.
So I'll give you a day. So in Liverpool, They have a school as well. So some players would go. They choose some place to go to the school. So in my age group, there was about 5 of us that went. Only 5 out of everyone. So how it worked through the day was they gave the driver, so that the guy would come pick me up in the morning, take me to school, and then take me from school to training. So when I get to training, they cook my food for me. We get there, we eat, and then we go in the gym. We'll be in the gym for about an hour, doing do some gym work, and then I don't know what it's called, like just different movements to get you prepared for training so you don't get injured. So stuff like squats and just lunging and stuff like that. And then when you get on the pitch, you'll have. It just depends on the day. It's like on say it was just like a Tuesday. So Monday would normally be like a recovery day, and then Tuesday now it'd be like get there. You'd have possession, so you keep the ball between your teams. You'd have a shooting drill, or 2v2s, 3v3s, 4v4s, stuff like that. They'd make you run as well. So when I was there, we did a lot of running, like a lot. And then we just go into a game. That's literally all our sessions were. A lot of the times, just that stuff.
And another question: how often do you get actual focus on you from like a coach, or is it generally
Yeah, it's just group. You don't get like today we work on you, and I'm gonna take you out here and we're gonna do this. Like they tell you what you need to improve. Like don't get me wrong, they tell you like what you need to do.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but sometimes. And then you don't like they don't work on it. Just you and them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't work on it.
So like the sessions that you have at Phoenix in the mornings, we're doing a drill update. You don't do those things?
Nah. We'll have like shooting sessions. It won't be like. It'll be like what to describe it? Just a normal shooting session. Like on different angles.
What do you think about our training? Those technical training?
Yeah, it's good. It's stuff that I need. So like based around me. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this stuff could be. I'm not saying it's based around me, but it's stuff that I need anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So like that driller there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something different. Like it gets to the point where you're tired, and in a game you're tired, but you still need to execute. You still need to come up with something. So like that last shot could be the shot to win a game or something like that. And it's just working in technique and repeating yourself over and over again. Because the only way you're going to get better is by repeating, doing the same thing over and over again. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, man, it's important. I think it's important. The skill sets that we do, right? Do they actually practice them?
Like the skill things.
Skill drills.
So you have different, like, I know when I was younger, you'd have Man United, they focus a lot on skills when they're young. And I don't know what it's like when they got older. But then at Liverpool, we never focus on nothing like that. Like before you sign your contract, so you can sign a contract when you're under 9s is when you start your academy in Liverpool anyway.
Signing contracts at that age?
Yeah.
At 9?
Yeah, 8. So it was you sign contracts at 8.
Well, your parents even.
Parents.
Well, parents do it, but
you have to
say me doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So they give you a contract and now you're in their club now. And you play the games and you're classed as a Liverpool player and stuff like that.
Mm.
But back then you don't really think nothing of it. I mean, you just want to play, you don't really care.
Mm.
And then when you get older, it changes. Yeah, it's a lot. In Liverpool, I felt, me personally anyway, you don't lose the love of the game, but they don't let you enjoy the game. You know what I mean?
Because it becomes so hard work,
Feel
professional
less free.
work.
And it's like probably feel like robotic. Everyone has their own role, and even allowing you probably have to take 1, 2 touches and stuff. It's same in Germany.
Yeah.
I can remember in Liverpool, my game was always dribble and shoot, and I'd score 4 or 5 a game, literally every game. And then I remember they wanted to push other people through anyway, but before I touched the ball, they'd go head up, pass the ball, head up. Before I touched the ball, and then it was horrible. It started getting to me, like I just couldn't
What's the difference here? When you
Yeah.
touch the ball on the wing, what do you hear from me?
drive.
Take them
Go,
on,
take
go, take them on, march them up, destroy them.
But it's one of them like it's weird because when you my age now that I'm at now, Liverpool go and look for them players.
Exactly.
They go and buy them from Spain. They go and buy them from France. They go buy them from
Belgium.
anywhere when you had it in your academy anyway. And I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of players they got rid of, not even just at Liverpool, at other clubs, like United, City. That you get rid of, but you go 3 years later and go buy a guy for $1 million, $2 million, when this kid could do anyway.
Yeah. Look at Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
You know, he had to go over to Europe, develop, get creative again,
Yeah.
find his mojo, come back and perform, and then they bought him again.
Yeah.
You know, so it's important. I mean, to me as a coach, I think it's very important to believe in your players and to motivate them to believe in themselves.
Yeah.
You know, what's the sense of doing all the skill sets if you're not going to use them? You know, we have the pop up. That's the best midfield drill you could use. That skill set you could ever learn. Because all you have to do is pop up, look like you're passing there, and then you can make a pass there. Everybody's going to run that way. You can make a pass there. So it's important. When you look at the great players in the world, the Zidanes, the Neymars, the Messis, the Ronaldos, they all have skill sets that are above and beyond what the average player is. And if we can learn those skill sets and use them in a logical way and be able to keep the football now, which is what Phoenix is doing now. We can keep the football and we can press and we can run at you if we want as well. So now we have a dynamic game going now. So, I mean, I'm excited. I want to pass it on to the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Have them use it. You know, we have a new player coming in on Sunday. It's coming from Guyana, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, he lives in the US, but he has Guyanese citizenship as well. That's where we're looking forward to him. Zan, do you remember this kid called Solo? We used to call him Solo.
Solo? I'm not sure.
He was for like 4 days and then left and came back.
I'm not sure.
Or defender.
No, I don't remember.
And the good thing with Phoenix is that so many people are coming out, Brandon, that it's making it more competitive.
I've seen the emails come in. Shelly can't keep up.
Yeah.
She tells me, yeah.
And you know, if you send the emails to me, I'm not even there. If you send a screenshot, I just look at it and say, okay.
Exactly. Well, I had to set up an online form for her so that she sends it to the players and they have to fill it out.
Yeah.
But that one even is like completely full. Like,
yeah.
It's a lot of players.
We should print them and go through them because we don't want to lose potential players and grow their academy. So. Exactly. So you know we're looking forward to more games. Yeah. Congratulations, ballers, on being brave enough to play us. It's the second time around, and we won again. But you know, you live to fight another day. Maybe next week we can play again and see if you guys can beat us. You know. Yeah. I think Andre doing a good job. You know?
So that's not Andre who was there, right?
No, that's Orlando.
That's Orlando.
You know, but Andre is the head, and Orlando is really a good coach. Mm-hmm. You know, I really think he's a good coach, and I think he's a good person as well. Yeah, he's passionate on the sideline. Yeah, he's passionate on the sideline. Always, I always have fun. Yeah, you know, because we've known each other since Dylan was like 6 or 7, and I always call him Fat Man, and we tease each other, and we've been going at it for a while. And David, Dylan's father, is always in between and just dying with laughter. I don't think there's a game. If David misses every game for Phoenix for the year, if we play against Ballers, he's not missing it. He's going to be there. So it's fun. It's really fun.
Well, we've been on for an hour. Do you have any other guests, or did you want to?
No, I think we should try and tie it up early. I think Xander wants to go and spend some time with important people. All right.
Well, Xander. Either way, thanks for joining. Everybody else.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah.
Thanks
Levi.
a lot.
Yeah, it's good
Later, Levi. Thanks for having me.
All right, and so well, Levi, you're gonna be here for a while, right? You're here for a while.
Yeah, I'm here for.
We'll see.
For a long time.
Okay. All right. So hopefully we're setting up Craig to try and do this when I'm not here, because I'm not here that often. So hopefully you'll see him a little bit more, but we'll see. So, but thanks for everyone for joining, and we'll talk to you soon. Good.
Cool runnings. Respect.